Many first-time visitors to Auckland make a costly mistake the moment they land and they don't realize it until it's too late. In this video, I'll cover everything you need to know about Auckland as a first-timer. Stick around because the best recommendation is not what you expect. Let's get started. First up, the arrival mistake. So here's the situation. You've landed at Auckland Airport, you're jet-lagged, and right now you're very tempted to do a couple of things wrong. The first one, you want to keep going. You've planned the big trip, you've got places to see, and Auckland feels like it's just in the way. So you think, let's grab a rental car, get on the road and drive south. One word, don't. Here's the thing, Auckland has some of the worst traffic in the southern hemisphere. Driving out of the city, being tired after a long-haul flight is where things get seriously wrong. Stay at least one night before you go anywhere. The second wrong move is renting a car at the airport. Forget about it for the moment, you don't need it yet. Auckland city centre is fully walkable and connected by excellent public transport. A car sitting in a city car parking building costs you $40 to $60 a day plus the additional rental car charge. Pick it up when you leave Auckland from the city depot, not when you arrive. So what do you do when you arrive? Take the Airport Express bus. It runs directly from the international terminal to the CBD every 20 minutes. It costs about 18 to 20 New Zealand dollars and drops you off right in the heart of the city. Uber works well. Skip the taxi rank, which is significantly more expensive for the same trip. So what's the best move? If you're heading south to the South Island, spend a couple of nights in Auckland. The city also gives you access to some excellent day trips. I'll get to those shortly. Where are you flying in from and how long do you want to stay in Auckland? Drop us a line in the comments box below. I read everyone. Right, you're in the city. Now, here's what almost nobody tells you about getting around in Auckland without a car. It's pretty straightforward, you just need to know the system. The 𝗬𝗃 hop card. The 𝗬𝗃 stands for Auckland Transport, one card, buses, trains and ferries all connected. Buy it at the airport or any convenience store, load it up with $20 or $30 and you're set. The Auckland Explorer bus. This is a hop-on, hop-off tourism circle. The Sky Tower, Auckland Museum, the Zoo, Viaduct Harbour. Tickets from around $45 per person for a day pass. Do this on your first day. Remember, you will be jet-lagged and you don't want to think about navigation. And the best thing is you get a complete introduction to where everything is. The ferries, and here's the thing, in Auckland the ferry isn't just transport, it's an experience. From the downtown ferry terminal, 𝗦𝗃𝗃 Island is only 40 minutes away. Rangitoto Island 25 minutes, Devonport just 15 minutes. I'll come back to those three later on. Uber fills the gap in Auckland, reliable and straightforward. As a handy tip, download the 𝗬𝗃 Journey Planner app before you leave home. Real-time schedules for buses, train and ferries in one place, and it's free. And speaking of getting around, here's one place in Auckland that most first-time visitors never make it to. One of my personal favorites, coming up in a moment. Places to see, iconic and the hidden. Let me give you both layers. The experiences that truly deserve their reputation and the places most visitors never find. The Auckland War Memorial Museum. This is one of the finest Maori and Pacific heritage collections in the world, sitting in the middle of the Auckland domain. Daily cultural performances, don't skip this. It sets the cultural foundation for your entire New Zealand trip. The Sky Tower, my honest take, go up once. The views across Waimata Harbour at sunset are generally worth it. The observation deck gives you everything you need. The outdoor skywalk is something to add if it's on your bucket list, but don't feel obligated. And now here's the hidden layer, Devonport. Most first-time visitors don't make it here. That's a mistake. Take a 15-minute ferry ride from downtown Auckland and you're in a different Auckland entirely. Victorian buildings, the volcanic cone of Mount Victoria with panoramic views back to the city, the North Head Historic Reserves, good cafes on the waterfront. Give it half a day, it's one of the most rewarding half days you spend in Auckland. 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗃 Road, like we call it K Road, Auckland's cultural spine, over 50 public art spaces, art walking trails, independent galleries, vintage shops and excellent coffee. You can walk there in an hour or two, experience how the real city lives. The Mount Eden suburb, the best volcanic cone in the central city for views. On a clear day you can see the harbour and the 𝗧𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗯𝗲 Golf Island stretch to the horizon. Short visit, 30 minutes, but truly memorable. Right, we're halfway through and what's coming up is the section most first-timers get completely wrong. The day trip question. Which one do you actually do? Which one can wait? The answer is not what you probably expect. But first, if you find this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button below to stay in touch for more helpful travel videos to come. Also, please tick that little like button below as it helps our channel to grow. Thank you very much. Right, day trips. What's actually worth your time? Here's where most first-time visitors make their biggest Auckland planning mistake. They either miss the best day trip entirely or they try to pack in too much and come home exhausted with nothing properly experienced. So let me be direct. 𝗦𝗧𝗂𝗂𝗯𝗲 Island. If you have one spare day in Auckland, that's where you want to spend it. No question. A 40-minute ferry ride from downtown Auckland brings you to an island with world-class wineries, coastal walking trails and beautiful beaches. Book a tour with a local operator and have lunch at 𝗬𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗄𝗯𝗲 or 𝗬𝗶𝗆𝗃, outdoor tables, harbour view, exceptional wine. Link in the description box below to operators. Another one is Rangitoto Island, a completely different experience. 25 minutes by ferry from downtown Auckland and you are standing on a volcanic island. The 1-hour hike to the summit gives you a 360-degree view over Auckland, 𝗧𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗯𝗲 and on a clear day the Coromandel Peninsula to the east. Either back in time for lunch or bring your own food and water. This would be an outstanding morning. Now the west coast beaches, 𝗬𝗂𝗃 and Muriwai. About 45 minutes from the city, 𝗬𝗂𝗃 has the iconic black sand, line, rock and the surf. Muriwai Beach is one of New Zealand's greatest wildlife experiences, a massive gannet bird colony nesting right on the cliff tops above the ocean. I recommend again to use a local operator from Auckland, again link in the description box below. Now Hobbiton and Waitomo, and here's the kicker. Almost everyone will tell you Hobbiton is the Auckland must-do, and it's a truly remarkable place if you love Lord of the Rings. But it's 2.5 hours drive from Auckland one way. Add in the tour itself and that's a full day, the tiring day of driving for one single attraction. But here's the thing, if your itinerary takes you south through the Waikato region, which most North Island trips do, you drive straight past Hobbiton and Waitomo on the way to Rotorua, so stop then and do the tour. Don't make those a day trip from Auckland when they're sitting naturally on the road south. Insider tip, you must pre-book Hobbiton as it's always sold out at short notice. Link in the description box again. Are you planning to do Hobbiton or would you consider 𝗦𝗧𝗂𝗂𝗯𝗲 Island instead? People have very strong opinions on this. Tell me in the box below. There's one more layer in Auckland that most guides completely overlook. The food, the arts and the cultural depth that makes the city one of the most interesting places to arrive in the Pacific. Auckland is the most ethnically diverse city in New Zealand. Its Maori and Pacifica culture layers are unlike anywhere else in the country. Here's where to find them. The Auckland Art Gallery, right in the CBD, free entrance to permanent collections, one of the finest art galleries in the Southern Hemisphere. Object Space on Ponsonby Road, New Zealand's leading craft and design gallery. Small, beautiful. Now, before you go, if you're serious about planning your itinerary properly, check out this sample North Island road trip up here. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next video.